Hello. Hey, Matthew. Hey, Stefan, how you going? Yeah, Adam. There you go. Sorry, I'm just going to grab the controls for the camera. Oh, good, Dean. Thanks for joining. Oh, boy. Yeah, Black Swan. There's a reason I made it. Look at those beautiful shavings. Let's see if we can give you a better lighting setup. No method to my madness. Oh boy. So cool. It's nice when something works. Because I'm doing this all by hand. Alrior. Yes, part of the challenge that I made for myself. I'm doing this whole thing with only hand tools. I'm so glad I made this. No, this is pre-heat treat. It's all soft. You wouldn't cut it with this post-heat treat. So the scraping serves a couple of purposes. First, it hogs off material, so it gets it thinner, but also it removes that scale, the forge scale, without damaging your files. files are expensive. Whereas I can resharpen this sen. And scale is a lot harder than steel. So even as I'm using this, this is blunting. This is not Damascus, no. This is shear steel. This is 1800s shear steel. So yeah, if I feel it getting blunt, all I have to do is a little touch with a diamond stone. And then scraping. I wish the camera did justice to the size of freaking shavings that are coming off. I recently came out with a video, Jesse, if you look at my channel, on making this and another style of scraper. This is called a sen. This is a Japanese style scraper. It's hollow on the bottom. And it's got two sharp edges, so I can both pull towards myself and push away. The other style of scraper I have is a much simpler style that I saw a smith in Thailand using. I wasn't in Thailand, but it was on our YouTube channel. This is a Tyre Scraper, so it's a sharpened file steel blade in a piece of rebar. And this too scrapes like an absolute demon. Now, I have to say, there are some advantages and disadvantages to both. The advantage to the Tyre style scraper is that this thickness of rebar here actually positions the cutter in position to cut automatically. It sets your angle. Whereas with the sen, I have to rotate my wrists and hold it there. It takes a little more strength than using the Tyre style scraper. But the Tyre style scraper doesn't have the ability to do shallow cuts, like angled cuts, where I do full-length floors like this, using that whole edge, getting really nice and clean draw strokes. Also, I've found that the Tyre Scraper doesn't work as well on the push. So it's kind of, ups and downs, positive and negatives. Honestly, the Tyre style doesn't have a set angle. It's literally just, I kind of eyeballed it. It's like 70 degrees. All right, Black Swan. Have a good one, mate. Yeah, so it's just, roughed in. I mean, it's not going to be obvious, but yeah, it's fairly obtuse angle. Yeah, no, it's not hard at all to set the angle on it. It's stupid easy. The scraper for the Tyre style is actually an old file. It's the end off an old Wiltshire half-round file. And the steel for the Sen scraper is $10.95. style scraper is really nice for getting into like small areas because you're basically using only a small portion of the edge. I hear you, Chris. I'm the one doing it. But I have to say, it is really satisfying to pull chips off of a piece of steel with a tool that I made. Honestly, if I was going to suggest a scraper style to someone, I would suggest the Tyre style scraper. The Tyre style scraper is nice. Yeah, so basically it's flat on one side like a chisel. This is just softened off to flatten it out, but this is flat on one side and then it's just a cutting edge on the end. Stupid easy. With the Sen style scraper, they're hollow on the bottom and then flattened off, and then the edge is ground. And I actually have two different styles of edge on this. I have a 60-degree edge and a 70-degree edge. So I have a really obtuse edge and a slightly shallower edge. But yeah, honestly, for the ease of building and for the effectiveness, Tyre style scraper is winning. Now you're not going to expect a really clean finish off this. You can see all the score marks and all this kind of stuff because it does collect pilling and it chatters and all that kind of stuff. But you remember that this is just material removal in preparation for filing. It's actually, yeah, it's not too bad. It looks a lot better from your angle than it does mine. Let me just see if I can get a better. It kind of looks okay no matter where I point the light. Just going to touch the edge with a diamond stone, wherever I put it. No, doesn't matter. I'll just switch out to the Sen. Well, technically I have a pointy piece of wood. There's a piece of wood underneath this. I'm not in danger. Really digging in. Smaller the surface area of contact, the more material you remove. Obviously. Yeah, no, I'm stupid. I'm not dumb. It probably would be if it did, yeah. I'm not too worried. little bundle of shut up, Adam. Oh boy. I mean, anyone who doubted the power of the Sen just hasn't watched a katana making video, to be honest. Or they haven't paid attention while watching a katana making video. So that's like pretty much all clean metal now, except for those two little spots down there. Color me impressed. Boy, it's warm in here. Thanks, Matty. I'm going to switch out to a Nicholson Magicut file. And you can see now the difference between the scraped surface and a draw filed surface. These prills are incredibly sharp. And because of the scrapers, the file didn't come into contact with any that'll be cool, Chris. Good luck finding one around here. I thought about building one a long time ago. If I had a bigger shop and my own shop, maybe I would. Yeah, I'd love a Japanese water wheel, water stone, but money and land, mate. Money and land. Yeah, Adam, your idea of warming up terrifies me. Yeah, I thought about Stefan, like the like Rune Bertram Nielsen has. That'd be kind of cool. You know, bicycle driven wet water stone. Old bikes are easy to come by. G'day, Floyd. Okay. I am tired and dirty. Hey, Ryan. Certainly am, Ryan. Certainly am. So right now, this side here was only done with the scraper. This side here is draw filed. Yeah, for sure, Ryan. For sure. Life takes precedence. Yeah, it's 6:47 here in merry old Perth. Good God, I'm sweating profusely. Whew. Yeah, it is. Like day and night, a little bit. This side's flat and even. That's the reason. But without the scraper doing the majority of the bulk of the work first, I would never have accomplished this in such a short period of time. You know me, I'm a stickler for details. Not really. All right. Hey, Paul, how you going? Excuse me while I take a photo for the gram. Feed the algorithm. Indeed. Blasted algorithm. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll put a touch mark on it. If we get that far, maybe. If we get that far first. Drink time. Well, funnily enough, the profile is almost exactly the same. It's just the camera angle that's different. Perspective. Isn't that pretty? All right. One and a two. Make a beat. So There's the as forged side. And there is the scraped and draw filed side. As forged, scraped and draw filed, or at least rough draw filed. I've still got to go to the smooth files and that kind of stuff, but there is more to be done before that. Still need to scrape and draw file the other side. I am definitely going to run out of fucking energy tonight. God. Am I going to get this done? I don't think I'm going to get this done. It's going to be a close run thing, lads. Very close run thing. All right. Well, I did my best to forge it as close to finish as I could. I could have beveled the tang a bit more, but I didn't. Yes, Alex is completely nuts. But he has the advantage of working with power tools, like a mill. Even if I could use power tools, I don't have access to a mill. Hey, Walt. Yeah, well, you think that's bad? You should be in my shoes. Doesn't look like it's doing much, but it is. I don't know if... How can I angle this so that the camera picks it up? Oh. Just keep pushing on. You can see all the shiny bits. Alex is a big boy. He'll be all right. It's tomorrow morning I'm worried about for me. I love how many people were like asking me why I made scrapers and if they're a pointless fucking tool. Yeah, no. Hey, Tweegim. How you going? His arm is going to be stiff. Or me. Yeah. My arms are going to die. A horrible death. There it is. Ah. Well, I'm glad you could catch me. You just happened to catch me in the middle of midlife crisis. I would love for someone to try doing a hand tools only challenge without having one of these. I mean, it'd be doable, but their files would be screwed afterwards. Well, I don't go live as often as I used to. I'm going to try and fix that. Boy. I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to ask there, Twee. If I wanted to make something, what metal would I need? I mean, it depends on what I'm trying to make, I suppose. Some gold would be nice. Can make some shocker dough. Yeah, what Adam said. Just moving the light for a second so that I can actually see what I'm doing. My grippers are feeling the pinch. I'm actually starting to get a cramp in the elbow region. what metal do I need to make something I want to make? Well, as far as like your ferrous metals, I'm pretty good for ferrous metals. And as far as non-ferrous metals, I'm pretty good. Just touching up the edge. It's not so much that the edge gets damaged, but it starts pilling. It starts catching little pieces of metal, and that causes the finish to be a little bit uneven. Yeah, I'm pretty good on metals, other than silver or gold. I don't have a lot of either of those. I got a little bit of silver. I haven't got any gold though. One day. I do want to make some Sharpen at some point, which is a gold alloy. Specifically an alloy of gold and copper. I have an Etsy store. It's relatively bare right now, but if you go on Etsy and look up Samtown's Bladesmith, you'll find me. Otherwise, I could put it in the chat. Come on. Mouse, play the game. HTTPS. Etsy.com /AU/shop /Samtown's. Hey, Three Rivers. So as far as what hardness did I get, I have no idea, because this was left glass hard from the quench. This was quenched, just the edge was quenched in water, Tyre style, and then it was left glass hard. And this is a piece of file steel, so who knows, could be 65, 66, 68 Rockwell. How often do I need to sharpen it? Not that often. It depends on what I'm hitting. When I'm first doing my initial scale run, like running over all the scale, it needs a little bit of a touch up. And then the only reason I really need to touch the edge up is when I'm getting pilling on the edge and it's causing like gouging, or causing it to slide like that. But that's because I've got the angle too low at the moment. Use the back end because apparently the back end has a sharp bit. How you going, MB? It also depends on the hardness of the steel that you're scraping on. I did a rough, quick and dirty anneal on this thing, but it's probably not as soft as it could be. So therefore it's running a little bit harder than normal, which means that I'm going to have to worry about it chipping or whatever like that more often. And it doesn't have to be like ridiculously sharp, shaving sharp or anything like that in order to do the job. It has to be file sharp. Obviously, the sharper it is, the deeper it digs. But it just takes a little bit of wrist strength. Hey, Ben. I'm alive. Just barely. But at the moment, I still draw breath. But sharpening doesn't have to be a big deal. Unless it gets like a big chip out, all I have to do, this is a 600 grit diamond stone attached to a piece of steel. I just do this. And give it a run over. And then I come back under here. And this is the flat spot underneath. And I just go like that. And the great thing about the Tyre style scraper is if I really wanted to, well, it's stuck in there pretty good right now, but if you really wanted to, you could just hammer this out and have a spare one. So you can just replace it. So you don't have to worry about sharpening it as much because you can just replace it. It's just a piece of rebar with a hole in it. The Sen, on the other hand, Sen, this one, the Japanese style Sen scraper. This one's a little bit more in depth. You have to sharpen it if you want it to cut properly. And that then comes down to your edge angle and all that kind of stuff. But this isn't a fine finish tool, right? Like this isn't a finishing tool. This is a rough material removal tool. This is just stock removal. So I don't care if there's a couple of chips or dings in the edge because I'm not worried about having a super fine surface finish on the piece from this tool. If it gets a really big ding in it, then it'll cause it to not cut properly. And that means that I'd have to take it back to the grinder. But 5 seconds and 120 grit, and then, you know, some 240 grit to final sharpen it, and it'd be ready to go. And then you're cutting. You can hear that just cutting, the really sound. Really chonka sound. As far as hardness for the Sen, this was actually left glass hard from oil hardening, but I also only let the edges heat up in the forge before I quenched it. So this central area should be softer. This is 1095, so it is a shallow hardening steel, and I used a medium speed quench oil, so there should be an auto hormone in here somewhere. If I had it all polished up, it would probably show an auto hormone. Why scrape versus draw file? Okay, so 2 reasons. 1, speed. 2, save my files. Files are fucking expensive. Good files are expensive. Like these new old stock Nicholson Magic Cuts, which are absolutely stunning. These things are amazing. These cost, I think, like $35 to $50 a file, depending on, you know, like where are you getting them. This thing cost me like $5 worth of $10.95, and I can sharpen it. So I don't have to worry about, like, if I ding it up, I can sharpen it. I don't have to worry about having to just replace it. But beyond that, the big one for me is, speed. Yes, I'm using shear steel, as Elle said. But as you can see, as I pull, it's giving me these really big shavings. Like, it hogs steel off. Hopefully you can see the size of the shavings that are coming off there. They're quite large. It's certainly no slower than a file. The one downside is the surface finish. The surface finish isn't as good. So that's why you scrape and then you draw file. So I use this to cut through, like, this is rough forged here, and I started scraping, and so this is the scraped side so thus far. But I can scrape through the forge finish relatively quickly. And if it damages the edge, which it will, because scale is quite hard and abrasive, at least it's only damaging this shitty edge that I can replace in 5 seconds with a diamond stone, than have to replace my entire file. And it is incredibly satisfying. It's like using a draw knife on wood. It also gives you fine control. And the advantage of this tool, actually one of the most popular places that it's used in Japan, is in saw maker manufacturing. If you ever look up Japanese saw makers, traditional Japanese saw makers, they use sens to thin the saw blades out, because you can use this on a flat surface. You can use this on a thin, flat saw blade and thin things out. You can't do that with a file. Yeah, check that. Check those chunks out. And there's nothing more satisfying to me than watching a tool that I made do the job that it was designed to do. It's one of the reasons I like making hammers, because I get to see people use them. So yeah, if it's unsupported, it's not supported properly and stuff like that, it will chatter. But it's the sacrifice you make. And again, we're only roughly removing material. We don't care about surface finish. I'm not entirely certain that on a flat surface like this, I could remove some material faster with a file. In all honesty, I'd be hard pressed. Also, with a file, that would be too hot to touch. With this, not so much. It is a little warm, but most of the heat's in the chips that it's taking off. So, swings and roundabouts. Are you coming to the hammer in? Reason I want to go into rubber manufacturing. Yeah, exactly. Precisely. If you're coming to this hammer in, I'll bring these with me. I mean, yeah, in broad strokes, yes, this is faster and easier than a file. I mean, it takes a little bit more strength than a standard file because you do have to keep it oriented, but you can't argue with the results. Well, you should come anyway. It's a good fun time hanging out with all the blokes and the ladies if they come. I'm hoping I can convince Dee to come out of hiding for a while. But even if you don't come to the hammering, we can always catch up at your shop or whatever, and I'll bring these around and you can have a go. It's starting to chatter and slide on me, which I do. Pick up my diamond file. Just a bit, Adam. I'll give you a pass this time. Don't let it happen again. Yeah, I mean, for jewelry, I'd be more inclined to make a Kisage scraper or Hisage scraper, which is another form of Japanese scraper. Do I have a representative piece around here somewhere? Somewhere. I do, but it's buried underneath piles of crap. Ugh. Yeah, Chris. It'd be cheaper to get on a plane, mate. Where are you based, Chris? Be careful. What am I being careful of? What, the edge? Edge on these isn't super sharp. Ah, New South Wales. All right, Adam, take it easy, mate. Well, if ever I have cause to be in Port Macquarie, please pray for my soul, but I will see you there. And if you ever make it over to Perth, just drop us a line. It's all good, Chris. I got what you meant. Bam, and the marks are gone. I'm also using the scraper to slowly refine the geometry on the blade. Slowly. My arms are about to give out, I think. Yeah, Chris, sounds good, man. Don't forget me when you reach the top. You're more likely to hit there than me. This stage. Did 5 hours straight of forging. It's the first time I've done more than about an hour's forging in months. And now I've been scraping for an hour and filing. My arms hate me. No, Damien, this is part of the challenge I gave myself. Last year, I said to Niels in a fit of insanity that I would do my 48-hour dagger challenge, hand tools only. And because I don't consider myself a liar, here I am, using hand tools. Some of which I made. That's all good, Damien. All good, mate. Don't expect you to know every facet of my existence. Actually, no. How dare you not know exactly what I'm doing at every minute of every day? All right, babe. Love you. Depends on your access to equipment. Twee. I would normally, like, me personally, I would just use vinegar, like a vinegar bath, and then either my sandblasting cabinet or wire wheel, and like multiple wire wheels, like the wire wheel on my Fordham and the wire wheel, the big bench grinder wire wheel I got. Hey, Paul. And then to keep it off, I would soak. I would first blue them, like gun blue. Birchwood Casey's is pretty good. And then I would, or soak them in oil. That would be my plan. Post heat treat. Basically, I plan to have this blade most of the way done when I heat treat, so that all I should have to do is a little bit of hand sanding. It's going to have a little bit of a chunkier edge than most of the blades that I normally make, because obviously grinding post heat treat isn't an option for me. But it's the sacrifice I make. So I'm going to take it, scrape it. I'm going to bastard file, hand smooth, draw file, fuller. I've got to do 3 fullers on each side. And then I've got to hand sand. I'll probably hand sand to like 240, 400, somewhere around there. And then I will heat treat. And then after heat treat, it's just a matter of hand sanding from like 240. Very welcome, Twee. Hopefully that helps. I have restored many stuff. Yeah, Chris, that's perfect. That's a bit of Scotch-Brite. The reason I suggest a vinegar soak for stuff like pliers and stuff like that is because there's a lot of nooks and crannies you can't get into. If you're feeling fancy and you've got the cash, you can go for like Evapo-Rust. Or if you're really fancy and you have the skills, you can make an electrolysis bath and do electrolysis. That would be the ideal. But ain't nobody got time for that. Just a bit of good old white vinegar. No worries, mate. Happy to help. Looks good. That's the scraping done. It's a scraper, Patricus. It's a Sen scraper. And this is a Parsifal. I made a video about making that Sen scraper literally like 3 days ago. All these long prills that you get. Yeah, Twee. I mean, like, for electrolysis, you don't need that much amperage, that much power, but I don't like working with electronics at the best of times, so... Now, the great thing is, because I've scraped it, the draw filing goes nice and easy because it's all on bare metal. And it becomes nice and clean. Look at that. And this flattens out any aberrations that were made when using the scraper. Because the scraper, having a single tooth, follows the flow. So draw filing then flattens it out, as you can see. Just push filing. Hey, Brad, how you going, mate? Oh dear, that's terrible. Yeah, this is the second side. Damien, I'm now draw filing. Hang on, Jared. Yeah, I'm now draw filing. Oh. This side. The geometry will probably need a little bit of touching up. I'm trying to get the edge thickness as even as possible in the draw filing phase, but I'm going to have to come back over it tomorrow. Yeah, Chris. Yes, we're reaching the final countdown. Biddly-doo, biddly-doo-doo. But yeah, this is the scraped side. This is the draw filed side. Much smoother, if not much cleaner, because still scratchy and horrible, because this is only a bastard file. Its parents weren't married, this file. Oh, having a problem with your belt sander? Is it the tracking? Always had problems with those fucking things on tracking. My lord. It's like being on a rowing machine. I am sweatable, and I'm black from all of the grinder soot and forge soot. A little bit of pilling, it's fine. These Magicut files don't really pill that much, which is what I really like about them. And they're a mixture between a bastard cut and a mill cut. You can see a little bit of glistening spots from where it's impacted the steel, but yeah, it looks like a mill cut, but it's actually got cross cuts in it. They're actually really nice. It takes me back to sculling. The old joke. I never did drink, but I know how to scull. And only boat people will know that joke. Once I get the draw file done on this, I'm going to call it quits, because otherwise I'm going to die. I still need to trim up the profile. There's all these rough spots. That'll be tomorrow's problem. Done. Dunsky. Dunzo. I need to get a vacuum in here. Yep. That stuff out of the way so that when I get the vacuum in here, it'll all get picked up. There we go. Draw filed after scraping. We're down to about 1 millimeter of edge right the way around. So tomorrow I'll true up the profile. And then it will be ready for fullering. Yeah, no, fair enough, Mark. It is a little far. Oh, a bunch, Twee. But at the moment, I'm trying to get money together to pay off my loan, because I am desperately in need of finances. Oh, you can see all the shavings on the chair. Yeah, no, quite a few tools on the books, but none of which I will have anytime soon, unfortunately. But yeah, not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. She's pretty damn straight. She's still a chunker, but that's okay. We'll cut that weight down a little bit. Next tool's this one. This is a fuller scraper. So that will be the next job, is to mark and scrape the full length fuller and then the 2 short fillers on either side. And that's why I didn't touch that center bit. That's all going to be cut out. Man, power hammer, no, it's not like a jackhammer. It's power hammers are a forging hammer, big machine. I wish I could have a power hammer, but I don't have the space for it. Even if I could afford one. But no, if I could afford one, I'd pay off my fucking loan because it's killing me, man. Okay, I'll have to tidy up the profile just a little bit. But yeah, that is it. Hey, boy, you're coming in right at the end there, mate. Just finished draw filing this. I'm out of energy. I'm done. This is now hour 8 since it started, and I also started about like 10 o'clock this morning making tooling, so I'm a tired boy. And I've got a lot of work to do tomorrow, obviously. I've got to finish this, and I've also got to... These are still in their rough forged state. That's the pommel, and this is the guard. They're both rough forged. The quillins need to be shortened quite a bit and thinned down. It is 8 p.m. where I'm at. A little early for bed, but gotta get bed sometime. Gotta go have a shower. I am dirty. I'm a dirty boy. I did scrape the bevels. Scraped and filed. So, yeah, fair enough, Brad. So yeah, these were, the bevels were forged in and then scraped to final dimension and then draw filed for cleanliness. And then there's still a lot of draw filing and sanding and all that kind of stuff I need to do on this before it's ready to go. I still need to true up, like I said, the profile. Make it a dagger. True up the tang. The tang's a little munted. Yeah. Looking good, though. Looking good. And then my short sword will be done. All right, guys. I'm off. Thanks very much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. It does help. Subscribe, because I will be coming live again tomorrow morning and tomorrow during the day and tomorrow night, probably. And follow the hashtags for the 48-hour dagger challenge and the 48-hour dagger build, because there are lots of makers doing this, not just me. I will catch you guys tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.